The drug revolution. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro have become some of the most talked about drugs in the world right now, and it is easy to understand why. These medications tell your brain you are full, slow down digestion, and dramatically reduce your appetite. The results people are getting are remarkable. Clinical trials found that adults using these drugs lost an average of 15% of their total body weight, results that previously only surgery could achieve. For millions of people over 50 who have struggled with weight for decades, this feels like a genuine solution. But here is what most doctors are not telling their patients clearly enough. The weight you lose on these medications is not purely fat. A significant portion of what the scale shows you losing is actually muscle. And for anyone over 50, that is not just an inconvenient side effect. It is a serious problem that can affect your independence, your metabolism, and your long-term health in ways that the celebration around these drugs almost never addresses. The hidden cost. A study published in Diabetes Care found that roughly 40% of the weight lost on GLP-1 medications comes from lean mass, which is the scientific term for muscle. For a younger person, this is worth paying attention to. For someone over 50, it is genuinely alarming. Here is why. After 50, your body is already losing muscle every single year through a completely natural aging process. You did not choose this, and you cannot stop it entirely. But you can slow it down significantly with the right habits. The problem is that GLP-1 medications dramatically reduce your appetite, which means most people using them are eating much less food overall. And when you eat much less food, you are almost certainly eating much less protein. Protein is the single most important nutrient your muscles need to survive and stay strong. So what is happening for many people over 50 on these drugs is a double hit. The natural muscle loss that comes with aging combined with accelerated muscle loss from reduced protein intake happening at the same time, often without anyone warning them. Why it matters after 50. Most people think muscle loss just means feeling weaker or looking less toned. The real consequences go much deeper than that. Muscle is the engine of your metabolism. It is the primary place where your body processes the sugar from your food and converts it into usable energy. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down, making it easier to gain weight in the future and harder to manage blood sugar. But the consequences that should concern people over 50 most are the ones connected to daily life and independence. Research shows that low muscle mass in older adults is one of the strongest predictors of falls, broken bones, and losing the ability to live independently within the following decade. Think about what that means in practical terms. Someone loses 20 kilograms on a GLP-1 drug, feels great, looks great, gets compliments. But underneath the surface, 40% of that weight loss came from muscle. Their metabolism is slower, their balance is worse, and their risk of a serious fall has quietly increased without them or their doctor ever discussing it. How to protect yourself. The good news is that muscle loss during GLP-1 treatment is not inevitable. Research is very clear on what actually works to prevent it. The most important thing you can do is resistance training. This means lifting weights, using resistance bands, or doing bodyweight exercises that challenge your muscles directly. A study found that adults using GLP-1 medications who combined the drug with regular resistance training kept significantly more muscle compared to those who took the medication without exercising. But the key word here is progressive. Your muscles only stay strong when they are regularly challenged with something slightly harder than they are used to. Doing the same easy routine every week does not give your muscles a reason to stay. You need to gradually increase the weight or the difficulty over time. Even 2 or 3 sessions per week of resistance training makes a measurable difference. This does not mean you need to go to a gym or lift heavy weights. Exercises using your own body weight done consistently at home can protect muscle effectively when done with enough effort and progression. The protein problem. Alongside exercise, protein is the other non-negotiable for anyone over 50 using GLP-1 medications. And the amount most people think they need is far lower than what the research actually recommends. Standard nutrition advice often suggests around 50 grams of protein per day. But research focused specifically on adults over 50 found that you actually need between 80 and 110 grams of protein every single day just to maintain the muscle you already have. When you are on a GLP-1 drug and your appetite is suppressed, hitting those numbers takes real effort and planning. You cannot just eat when you feel like it and hope the protein takes care of itself. Every meal needs to be built around a solid protein source. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, chicken, and legumes are all excellent options. Some people find it genuinely difficult to hit their protein targets on a reduced appetite, and a high-quality protein shake can help fill the gap. The bottom line is simple. If you are not deliberately prioritizing protein every single day while using these medications, you are almost certainly losing muscle you cannot afford to lose. Who needs to be careful? GLP-1 medications can be genuinely life-changing for the right person. But certain people over 50 need to go into this with extra awareness. If you already feel weaker than you used to, struggle to get up from a chair easily, walk more slowly than you did a few years ago, or have reduced grip strength, your muscle reserves are already lower than ideal. Losing additional muscle through GLP-1 treatment without a strong plan to protect what remains could push you into a state of physical frailty that is very difficult to reverse. People with osteoporosis or low bone density also need specific caution because bone health and muscle health are closely connected, and rapid weight loss has been linked in some studies to accelerated bone loss alongside muscle loss. The message here is not that these drugs are bad. They are producing real results for real people. But for adults over 50, they work best when they are part of a complete plan that includes resistance training, high protein intake, and regular monitoring of muscle health alongside body weight. Losing weight is only a win if what you are losing is fat and not the muscle keeping you strong, balanced, and independent.